Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for the Giz Wiz is brought to you by CashFly at CACHEFLY.com.
It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1494, recorded Wednesday, November 12th, 2014. 3 bags full.
And now, get ready for Dick.
On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have information gathering stations, a shocking bracelet, and whatever crap I brought.
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMGchad on Twit TV. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now! I hope that you are ready. It's time for the Giz Wiz, and here he is, the Giz Wiz himself, Dick DeBartolo.
Chad, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. We are recording late tonight because you have a whole bunch of cool things coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night is PepCom, and yesterday was CES Unveiled, and then on today's show I'm going to talk about Engadget Expand, which was really great fun because that event had the most things I had never seen before.
Oh.
And, you know, it's like, you know, it's CES. If there was only a magic button where when you went in, you would say, no phone cases, no backup batteries.
No Bluetooth speakers.
No Bluetooth speakers.
No Bluetooth speakers.
And they would say, oh, in that case, CES is in that lunchroom over there.
Right. Right. And also, no Kickstarters, please.
No Kickstarters, right. Well, there were a lot of Kickstarters at Engadget. Maybe that's why they were so unique. But
now, did it have a theme? Like, sometimes you go to these events.
Yeah, the theme is the future.
The future.
Of technology.
Sometimes they get really weird. Like, PepCom is one of the ones that normally has, is it PepCom or Showstoppers? Normally has really crazy themes, like the sports of tech, or like aliens technology. Like,
oh well, you know what? From my experience, Showstoppers leans a little more toward software and apps, and they do have some weird gadgets there, and I guess a little more mainstream at PepCom. But, you know, we're doing what we did last year is Padre's going to do a special for Twit from PepCom. And then I'm going to do a special from CES for Twit from Showstoppers.
I can't believe it is almost the new year.
Can you believe it? I know.
And all the gadgets are rolling in for the holiday seasons. And it feels like when you walk into Target and they're already setting up the stuff for Christmas, and you're like, Halloween has not even happened yet. Slow down, everyone.
I hate to break this to you, but Halloween has happened.
It did. It did.
Yeah. I mean, were you not at the Halloween Spirit store the day after?
You know, we didn't. I didn't go.
I went.
Was there good deals to be had?
Everything was 50% off.
Wow.
So
which just goes to tell you that they're still making a profit, even though they've cut the cost in half.
Actually, I went in today, and it was 150% off.
They were giving you money.
Yeah, I got 5 costumes and $300.
Wow.
It was great. Yeah,
man.
Yeah. They have to clear that inventory out no matter what it costs.
Sometimes that does happen. Like, I remember, you know, companies need to move, and sometimes it's just like, you know, I mean, I have never heard of something like that with the spirit of Halloween, but absolutely there's inconsistencies when it comes to capitalism, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you know, at trade shows, the best day to go is the final day.
Yes. If you can find anyone.
Yes, yes, right. But
I've
they
tried to
don't...
book interviews, and they were like, we've been going on for 2 days.
If you're going to book an interview, the first 2 days, because all the executives leave.
Yes.
Exactly. Everybody goes for the first day. Second-tier executives go for the second day. Then they're gone. But the fourth day, nobody wants to pack stuff up. So they go, if you have a product sample, just the one? Would you like to?
Right, right.
We don't want to pack.
There's a marathon as you're leaving that last hall of you holding out your hand, hoping to get. Do you have any shirt? Like you could clothe the city with the amount of merchandise that they're just like, yes, here's some shirts. You know what? We have the specialty underwear. Take it. You know, goggles. Yes. Absolutely. You know, they just have the weirdest stuff.
There used to be a great show in the city, the Variety Merchandise Show. And the Variety Merchandise Show was companies that sell stuff to like the dollar stores.
Oh my gosh.
And the first time I went to one, I'm looking at this umbrella and it says $4.98. And I'm going, well, you know, what kind of a bargain is that for an umbrella? And this is wholesale. Right. And I say, you know, I better look at this again. And I look at it again, and it's $4.98 per dozen.
Wow.
Okay. Yes.
Wow.
And that's the kind of show that on the closing day, people run to all the booths where they're selling shopping carts. And they buy the shopping carts so they can then run through and buy everything else, and they leave with truckloads of stuff.
The first time I ever saw this was it was NACA, which is like the National Association of Campus Activities or something like that. I was with Brushwood, and basically performers go and try to woo over all the people who are running their campus activities so that they'll book them. And so all the performers have T-shirts to give away, or little tchotchkes, or you know, some of them are really unique, like. One year I know that Brushwood did walkie-talkies. He gave away walkie-talkies, and everyone was on these branded walkie-talkies, using them all, you know, con long. And you'd have these like almost sub-networks of. It's like a social experiment. And what happens when you give a whole bunch of college kids walkie-talkies? Everyone had walkie-talkies. It was really cool. But yeah, that's the first time I ever saw it.
But you know what? It is so funny that you mentioned that. But because years ago, 20 years ago, someone said, you should be doing talks about Mad Magazine on college campuses. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. And then someone said, you should go to this show. And I didn't know. And what is the name of the show again, Chad?
NACA.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I went and I was amazed. There's everybody in the world with a booth. Yep. Magicians and jugglers and people who are going to go to college and talk about dating. And I'm thinking, I thought this was a good idea to talk about Mad at college. I'm facing 5,000 people who want to be at colleges.
Yes, yes. No, it is a gigantic market, Yes. And absolutely. And even things that you wouldn't expect to be there, like humongous talent agencies that book people like Beyonce and stuff are there as well. Like everyone is at these entertainment expo events. Yes, absolutely. It's insane. And trying to stand out is so difficult. So all this merchandise is available, and all of it just so that they can do a college campus, and it's quite an experience to be part of it.
Yeah, we used to do one for publishers at Mad, and you could not. Playboy would give away watches. I mean, it was
wow.
So we used to just make up something really crappy to give away, like 3D glasses that were just frames. And the instruction card says, have people throw things at you, and they will be so lifelike, you won't believe it.
It's almost, wow, it makes everything 3D.
Yes,
like,
look at this. Look at this. Exactly.
My hand is compatible. You wouldn't believe my phone.
Exactly.
Whoa, it's like 3D. That's really funny. Yeah, these trade shows are kind of a trip and a half. I mean, just by themselves. The whole world, just for the trade show, yeah. Pretty amazing, isn't it? It's kind of crazy, the life that we live. It
is, but it's a grand life.
It's a grand life. It's a grand life. And speaking of you have a trade show that you went to. So what did you find?
Yes, we're going to talk about 3 things from Engadget Expand, the future of technology. So I'm going to do 3 things I had not heard about before. And so let's run the first one.
DeBartolo, man's is trying to end the Giz Wiz. We're here at Engadget Expand at the Javits Tent North. And we're looking at this little guy. Take a look at this and try to guess what that is. You know, on my website, we play What the Heck Is It? That's the TouchJet. But what does the TouchJet do? Well, it turns out that's an Android. Well, it's not an Android tablet, Slava. What is it?
Yeah, it's a projected tablet. So it's a new class of tablets. So you can actually project on any surface and just convert this in a touch screen, basically. So I can just quickly demonstrate how it works. You can download any app from Google Play and just start using this on the surface, pretty much any surface. So it can be the wall, or it can be table. It can be pretty much anything. You can also use it for educational apps. So you can actually use it as an interactive whiteboard, just to draw things. You know, or your kids can draw. Instead of drawing on the wall, they can actually draw with this stylus, which is pretty...
So the main use for this would be educational?
So-called edutainment, right? So educational with games, right? So when family can use it to play together some educational games, or, you know, to share some content, and it will come to smaller classrooms and educational groups as well. We've done Indiegogo campaign, just finished a month ago, and lots of interest. So we raised more than $800,000 US, so, and 3,000 backers.
50,000 backers? Or does it...
3,000 backers.
Oh, 3,000 backers. Okay. And TouchJet is coming out?
Mid of next month, so mid of December, we start shipping the first batch. In retail, it will be Q2 next year.
Okay. And the price point is going to be?
Currently, we have a special pricing, which is $450 US. In retail, it will be $600 Q2 next year.
And can people get it for $450 on your website?
$450 on the website or Indiegogo itself.
And the website is?
TouchJet.com.
TouchJet.com. So there you go, a new kind of tablet, an Android tablet. DeBartolo, man's is trying to end the Giz Wiz. One Take Theater here on Twit.
You know, with a name like TouchJet, I truly thought it was like some super high-tech faucet.
Oh, did you really?
I was like, okay. It's a faucet that's like, you touch the side of the faucet and it just turns on or something. But with that being said, that's not a faucet. I think that's really neat, and I could really see a use for that.
Yeah,
because,
you know,
corporate events stuff.
Yes, you can project, you know, anything onto a wall, but with this, everything you projected on is now a touch screen, which I thought was pretty unique.
And I gotta say, when you know, him playing, he was playing Fruit Ninja. That I couldn't quite tell how precise it was, but when he started drawing, you know, letters,
writing,
that looked really precise. I would love to know. I guess they're doing some sort of optical tracking on the pin itself, or whatever it was, it was really good.
Yeah, and also I was quite amazed when he said they were looking for $55,000 and they got $850,000.
Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat? That is
and
cool.
It also has HDMI out, and it has an SD memory card slot, and air mouse support, and Bluetooth, and audio output. And you know, the Javits Center has these big skylights, so it's a very washed out picture. But in a darkened room, it can be as big as an 80-inch picture.
Oh, good. I was very to wonder that.
Yeah.
There are Android apps that I know that we have featured before that will even allow you to do things like math, where you use your finger to draw the math, and then it calculates what you did, and it'll turn it into actual letters or numbers.
Interesting.
Gosh, I forget the name of that, but that would be perfect, especially if you were like a college professor, where you draw the equation and then it snaps into an actual into whatever, you know, equation you just wrote from handwritten into font. Really neat. And it's a little Pico projector, which is
Yeah,
really
exactly.
cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm seeing people are using it in this trailer that's running here on the wall or from above onto a table surface, which is, I was wondering if it needed to be vertical on the wall, but it looks like it could be even horizontal onto a table.
Yeah, there was one with them projecting it on the ceiling, someone lying in bed watching what they're doing on the ceiling, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm realizing TouchJet is the name of the company. TouchPico might be the name of the projector.
You know what? I was very
Can't
confused
tell.
by that myself. I think maybe you solved it. Although I think, didn't the projector say TouchJet on the top?
I thought
even
it did, but that, yeah, the pre-order now.
I don't think they haven't made up their mind yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, the website is TouchJet.
TouchJet. Yep.
You can find out everything there.
TouchJet. They're jetting into the future of touch technology with stylus, pin. Great. $450 on their website currently, and I think that's a really, really interesting, compelling product. And it's gone through the Indiegogo stuff, and you can just buy it now. It's a product.
Done well, yeah.
Perfect.
The next guy is very bizarre, and well, I'll just show you how bizarre it is. So let's look at gadget number 2 from OMGchad Expand.
Dick DeBartolo, man's man, is trying to end the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here on Twit. I walked by a booth, and it's called Pavlok. Is this like an indication of Pavlov dog? The dog who would respond? What was the deal with the dog?
Yeah, so Ivan Pavlok was a Russian scientist studying behavior, and he would have dogs, train them, so he would ring a dinner bell, then they would come and they would get fed, and then after doing that a certain amount of times, he would ring the dinner bell, and the dogs would come over and just start salivating, even without seeing the food, and so they were associating the bell with the positive behavior, so not even having the food, just ringing the bell caused them to react. So that's kind of where the name came from.
And how do we get from that to these devices of torture, it seems like?
Yes.
What are we looking at?
So this is Pavlok, and helps you break bad habits using electric shock. And so we have the wristbands here. This is the alpha prototype. And then we've basically slimmed it down to this version, which you can pop into the back of a wristband, wear it that way. You can also wear it with an adhesive patch anywhere on your body, just rock it like that.
So what is going to activate that to give you a shock?
So it would pair with your iPhone or your computer, and you can plug in whether it's going on Facebook or other habits like other bad websites that you don't want to go to that are unproductive, Netflix. If you're not going to the gym, it can use the geolocation of your phone to track that, or sleeping in. And if you commit to something and you fail to meet that commitment, then it can send a shock to your wrist. It can post to Facebook. It can let all your friends know.
Oh, man.
So can I feel
there's
what
a
the
lot of
shock is like? Is it
spouses
adjustable?
Yeah.
Would love that.
Do you have like lightweight shock?
Yeah, so you can scale it up and down. People react differently to it. It goes up to 340 volts, and yeah, you completely change it because it all depends.
I'll do chicken weight.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see that.
It's probably about 40%. So
40%.
Let's take a
Okay.
look.
Okay.
Hopefully we got a charge one for you.
Okay. And
You got it? A little bit of a
I
little bit
did
of a hello.
feel that. Yeah.
Nice.
Just for that, I'm not going to the gym today. And this is going to retail for?
It's going to retail for $249, and we're doing it for $179 at the OMGchad convention.
And your website?
Pavlok.com, and you can find our Indiegogo page at pavlok.com/IGG.
And a quick question, how do you charge this device?
Yeah, you charge it with a micro USB, which I have right here.
Okay, micro. And the 179 or the retail, does that include a wristband or is that optional?
So for right now, we're going to be shipping them with the wristband. Then once it goes to retail, the wristband's going to be a $40 accessory.
There you go. Dick DeBartolo, man's man, is trying to end the Giz Wiz with another One Take Theater here on Twit. Ah, it went off again.
Wow.
So what do you think of that?
A shocking idea.
Yeah,
Not funny. Wow.
There's a very funny backstory on the website. I'll just reduce it to a couple of sentences. So the guy who founded the company, according to the website, hired a girl to slap his face anytime he went on Facebook.
Wow.
And that his productivity increased fourfold after this treatment. So he went to a friend and said, could they build a shock collar that would shock him when he went on Facebook? And they built a prototype, and he teamed up with a guy named Jim Lynch, who was the original inventor of Lego Mindstorms.
Wow.
A very popular, you know that
yes,
building kit.
Yeah. It's like you can program with Legos and build robots.
Yes,
Legos,
yes.
Yeah.
And Jim was also the senior engineer on the Rumba floor cleaning robot. And together they came up with Pavlok. And I just don't know if people would buy this thing. What, would you buy it?
No. I mean, you know, what's funny is it's probably that thing that your spouse threatens every time. If you don't take out the trash by the end of the day, I'm just gonna shock you. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the moment I saw this, I was like, there needs to be a companion app that your significant other has. And it's like, I can tell you're on Facebook, beep, you know, I'm
that's
sorry.
Right. You went outside, you said you were at a restaurant, you're at a hotel.
Yes. Yes. Drop and give me 20. Oh, you don't want to? Shock.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, I assume you would have to sign some sort of a waiver when you bought this. I mean, suppose you have a weak heart. I just don't.
I assume they've done the medical research. That's an assumption. I hope
on the other hand, maybe if you have a heart attack, you could use this thing to restart your heart.
You see a man with a heart attack, and you're like, "Don't worry, I have a Pavlok."
Don't worry. All I have to do is not go to the gym in the next 24 hours, and this will shock you back.
All I have to do is visit Facebook. 1 second. Stay there, officer. Golly, I'm sure, but you know, saying that I'm not interested does not mean that I don't. I feel like I know of people.
It's very pricey.
It is very pricey.
$179 right now, including the bracelet. Maybe that's doable, but I think he said like $250, and then the bracelet is $70 more.
$40 more, yeah.
$40 more. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I do know people who this might be very this could be compelling to them.
Oh, okay.
They're just those type of people that really want to break habits or whatever. You know. It would have to be such a specific group because also you need to break habits that you can track with an app or electronically. Like, let's say my habit that I'm trying to break is swearing. I don't see how it could voice recognize everything. You know, we just don't have that sort of technology.
That's interesting.
So if you have a very specific habit like browsing Facebook or any of the other things that it supports. And you have disposable income, and you don't
mind getting shocked.
Mind getting shocked, like taking an extreme measure. I think this product is for you. Or
it might just be cheaper to ask your significant other to slap you across the face when you're doing something they don't like.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah. No. I mean, Pav. They did all of it. Congratulations. My point of view, I would much rather spend over $100 on self-help books than
okay. We should try and remember to, like, 1 year from now, see where this is at.
Oh, absolutely. Jeff says he'll do it, and I know that there's going to be one person out there that this is just the product for them, that this really speaks to them, and they've just been trying to kick some habit. And he's literally saying off camera to Siri, remind me in a year to see where Pavlok
Oh, okay,
is.
good. All right, good.
So, interesting product. My decree is I don't think it's going to get mass appeal, but I don't think anyone was thinking that it was going to be a mainstream product.
All right, well, the next one I think has possibilities. I mean, talking to the guy, that they have long-range plans that are very interesting, I think. But first, we'll look at the video and see what this gadget is.
Dick DeBartolo, Maz Medist writer, and the Giz Wiz, One Take Theater here on Twit. So, you know, you get the weather from the TV set. That's not good enough. So then you go on the internet and you get the weather for your zip code. Well, now that's not good enough. How about getting the weather that is taking place in your backyard? And Sam is going to tell me, is that sort of what this is, Sam?
That's exactly right. With this weather station that we see over here, you become the meteorologist for your neighborhood, actually.
For the neighborhood, wow.
So it's pretty amazing. You'll be able to not only temperature, humidity, barometric pressure, rain sensor, but you'll also be able to understand and see the camera actually points at the sky. So you actually be able to see something like that. Yeah, there you go.
So this is the complete unit.
This is the complete unit. This is an outdoor unit that we have here, and you can actually see and view the weather and the sky itself in your neighborhood, which is pretty amazing.
So this is a camera, and we're hooked to Wi-Fi, is that right?
Hooked to Wi-Fi, and it's Wi-Fi connected weather station. You know, so you'll be able to see the network easily. And you can actually integrate this into your smart home if you have a smart home as well. So
I have a very stupid apartment, so it won't work for me.
Okay, well, I'll help you with that. Maybe I could come inside and create a central, like a smart network for you.
And what exactly does it tell us?
It actually tells you what the current weather condition is and what real-time images is like right now. The problem with a lot of weather apps is it's several hours old and only give you an icon. And so now you have a real-time view of what the weather is like right now in your neighborhood, which is pretty amazing. This has not been happened before. And so it's pretty cool stuff.
And so how are we powering this?
We are actually we have a rechargeable lithium-ion battery packed inside here in this really cool atmospheric or really cool weather station. We also have a solar panel that you can also use as well. It's an option that you can also buy as well, and you won't have to recharge it. It's one of those set it and forget it, which is kind of nice.
And when the battery is down, how long does the battery last?
The battery lasts for about 20 days.
And then how do you recharge it?
And you just recharge it simply from like your wall AC.
It's a USB connector on it.
Exactly, that's correct.
And the price point?
The price point is $169. But if you actually go into our shop, you can actually pre-order it, and it's about $159 or $169. Or yeah, so it's priced a little bit lower. But we'll be shipping it out to people in March of 2015. 2015.
Can you tune in on like your neighbor's cameras?
That's correct. You actually could tune into your follow and view your neighbor's cameras if you wanted to. And actually, there's a crowdsource. We're trying to create a crowdsourced network, and so you can view not just your neighbors, but other parts of the world even that have Bloom Skies. And you actually don't need to have a Bloom Sky station to be able to subscribe and view other people. We actually have a free Bloom Sky app that you can also view other people's Bloom Sky devices.
Are you bloomsky.com?
Bloomsky.com. That's it.
Aren't I so clever? And one final thing, I noticed the camera is adjustable. So
it is adjustable, so you can shoot it from different angles and showcase your sky in different angles that you want it to.
Or point it away from the windows.
That is really neat. I think we learned a lot about weather. Dick DeBartolo, Maz Medist writer, and the Giz Wiz, One Take Theater here on Twit. And I'm going to look in your backyard right now.
That is an interesting product. It reminds me of microdata. Like you can get big data from a lot of little stations all around.
Yes.
Like that's really neat.
It's kind of neat. So if your neighbor had it and you didn't want to spend any money at all, and the neighbor had subscribed to this, open channel, then you could just look at their weather data, or you could find someone just in your neighborhood and pretty much that it's exactly the same where you live. The price, I think, is not too bad. It's $149, I think. I don't know for how long. And then it's going to be $179. And
yeah.
I know people love weather. I know people are crazy about buying weather stations.
Yes. Yeah, and now the weather stations that I normally see people who are real weather nuts go after normally have turbines to see wind speed.
Yes, that's true. You're not going to have that.
You're not going to have all of that data. You're only going to get a few things.
If you see it flying through the sky, you would know that it's very windy.
It might be a tornado. Maybe. Not 100% sure. Those are hard to determine. But a simple, I can see that there's a span of people. There's the weather nut who wants absolutely everything. And then there's a person who also maybe has the vacation house that's, you know, 2 states away, and
That's
they
interesting.
want to be able to see the weather near their house.
Yeah.
So I could see, you know, absolutely both. I think that the solar panel accessory, I'm so glad, because that was the first question was, can I please throw a solar panel on it and forget about it?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah, my guess is they didn't build it in because it would just make it kind of. How much is the solar?
$40 for pre-order. Yeah, that's
not
bad.
That's
really
pretty decent.
Exactly.
That's
And they offer
decent.
packages, you know, all the way up to absolutely everything, where you get the solar panel. There's the sight, which looks like a little bit of a display unit to.
I think that's for indoors.
Right. And so you could get absolutely everything for $209.
And what is Tyon? Does that name ring a bell? It's the Bloom Sky Tyon, I think. T-I-A-N.
Tyon. Tyon?
Yeah. Does anybody know? Does that mean something?
Not that I know of.
No, me either.
That looks like it's a misspell of Titan.
Oh, do you think?
But no, I don't. I mean, it's if it is,
I was
it's
gonna
done
say,
twice.
because they misspelled it a lot.
All over the place.
Yes, exactly.
It's a Squarespace site. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Tyon. I was like, it's a Squarespace site. He's saying that the site that they use is a
Oh,
is a
someone is
Squarespace
saying
site.
it's sky in Chinese.
Oh.
Okay, maybe if the chat room is not having a joke upon us.
Right. Don't you know? That's actually the ancient proverb of weather. Yeah. So anyway, I like the product. I do feel personally that over $100 is a little much.
Okay.
You know, but I think that the market for this is completely different than my market. So yeah, I think I like it. I'm also terrified of people forgetting that the Bloom Sky is outside and having a little bit of their house in the shot and being part of the open network. That terrifies me, but I haven't used the device and I haven't seen, you know, how wide angle the lens is or whatever. So,
Knox Harrington is saying Tyon is one of the oldest Chinese terms for the cosmos. So
that's what Wikipedia says. Ooh.
There you go.
I'll take it. Wikipedia says. It looks, it's one of the, wow. Oldest Chinese terms for the cosmos and its source. The key concept of, it's a key concept of Chinese mythology, philosophy, and religion. So, today I learned.
Yeah, we all did. That's the great thing about this show.
You know, it's so educational. So educational.
Yes,
Should be
maybe
played in
the
public
only
schools.
thing about this show today that was worthwhile.
So.
Anyway, speaking of things that are worthwhile, I think we've come to Chad's
Crappy Corner.
What?
Crappy Corner.
Are you kidding me?
D and Chad are here. It's time for Chad's Crappy Corner.
I did not know that was happening.
Well, you know what? He sent it to me, and I could not get the file to open, but our boy Josh did.
That is way funny. Okay, so we're doing the 2-product crappy corner. Listen, those old days where we only showed off one thing an episode and that's all I did, they're out the window. We are covering 2 things. So first, this is, and we're in the month of November, and we're covering things for the month of December so that you can buy them in time for Christmas. So stocking stuffers is the theme.
Okay.
Or Hanukkah, Jeff yells at me. So we have
any holiday.
Any holiday, for the
December.
holidays, for the holidays. This is exactly how this product came. Let me go ahead and open it up. It's called the Baggler. And it is for, as you can kind of see.
Oh, I like it already. I can see it through this. Yeah, I like this.
It is made to hold more than one bag at a time.
Like shopping bags,
like
right?
shopping bags, exactly.
Which have those terrible plastic handles, or
right. And you know, it's funny. We have some shopping bags. We have a lot of stuff in the crappy corner of this episode. We have loaded these guys up. We have various types of bags. We have plastic bags. We have paper bags. We have reusable
so this
bags.
is like very scientific.
You
This
wouldn't
is not
believe how
just-
big that area is behind that curtain.
No,
No one knows.
Wow, no. And actually, Josh is back there, too.
Yes. Yeah, no, he has a small apartment.
He
It's pretty great.
micro-controls the show from behind the curtain.
Exactly, exactly. And so we got the Baggler. You didn't see that. Oh, look, it's Josh. Josh
Oh
is
my
here.
God, Josh!
Oh, wow. Okay, we'll get back to doing the show.
And
Okay.
he controls it by mind waves.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Josh has been back there all show long. Oh my gosh, can't get this Baggler off. Okay, so Baggler's pretty simple. It has a rubber handle and some pretty sturdy plastic hooks on the bottom. Take your bag. Let's make sure that we can bag it. I don't know where the product is, so you're gonna have to just either maybe cut to it and then I can. There we go. Perfect. So.
And those are like little snap things,
Yeah,
so
they're
the
little
bag
snap
doesn't
things,
slide off.
So it doesn't fly off. So we got one bag in. We'll pull it off to the side here. Let's aim for the second bag. Let's aim for this one.
You know, make sure the address labels are facing out, so when Josh leaves today, he can deliver them to the proper places.
We just went through that bag. Okay, now let's put on the paper bag.
Is there no weight limit?
This is heavy.
Who's gonna carry this?
Really heavy, but one Baggler down. Can you help me, Jeff, with this other one? I have a Baggler in one hand. I gotta say the plastic on the Baggler pretty good. I feel like
the handle,
Yeah, it's I'd say it's pretty comfortable. There's a lot of weight right now. We have 2 6-packs in here. We have a 6-pack, but this is a Propel Fitness Water, so it's pretty large. And then we have another Propel 6-pack in here. So
I noticed the bag that Jeff is taking has about 5 dozen legal pads, quite a few magic markers, stapler, Scotch tape.
Okay, so we got 2 Bagglers here. The cool thing, the price. $10 for 2 Bagglers on Prime.
No, Prime.
I gotta
wow.
say, this is pretty sturdy. You know, I don't always carry all my bags at once, but when I do, I make sure to put the keys in the wrong pocket so that I can't open up the apartment. But I'd say, my God, who needs a gym? I don't need to, I'm not going to get shocked today for
I was just going to say, no shock for you today.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, and pulling them off isn't too difficult. Yeah, because there's this, sort of this extra hook. With these canvas ones, it is a little bit more of a tool. But I'd say
I like it.
I enjoy the Baggler. For $10, you could put them in your trunk and forget about them until you have to move a lot of bags. And once again, this is really quite soft, I gotta say, and it really does make your fingers not feel quite so bad when picking up that much weight. So the Baggler on Amazon, you can get a 2-pack for $10. That's my first mini stocking stuffer.
It's not Prime, but it's free shipping, so that's good. Yeah, great.
Oh, if you're signed in, it's Prime. I don't think Josh
it is.
signed in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so if you're signed in with your Prime account, it is. And then the second stocking stuffer that I have for today's episode is this guy. This is a hoodie, and it has a few sort of techie things as well. It's a beanie, depends on hoodie, beanie. But there is, inside of here, it's really difficult to see on camera, but this is a micro USB port, and
I see
this is a Bluetooth transmitter, or receiver, I should say. And on one side, on both sides actually, this is also a speaker. So on the inside of the fabric, and there's a second one over here. So there's 2 speakers on either side. So when you take the beanie and place it on your head, you can, now there's 1 speaker right on this ear, 1 directly on this ear, and you can play your music. You have a play, pause button and a volume up and down button.
Any Bluetooth-enabled device?
Any Bluetooth-enabled device is apparently hooked. I don't have it turned on. I have to hold down the play button. There is an LED light through the through that you can barely see through there. It's actually much easier to see through the opening right here in the.
Oh, I see it. Yep, blue.
So there it goes. It just turned on. I'm gonna hit play. Hit play.
What do you have it paired to?
Jeff's phone. Oh, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
I can hear it. Can you guys hear it? No, not really. It's working.
All right.
We're going to a less
sound kind of decent?
Yeah, here, let me listen again. Play some Queen, because I've been listening to that. I would know. Or Jonathan Colton. I've listened to Jonathan Colton so much I'd be able to tell quality. Cool thing is that with a beanie, you kind of want to cover your ears to keep them warm.
Yeah.
And so, and I gotta say, these are directly over where I'm just gonna hit play. Whatever you. I was gonna play an audiobook. There we go, an audiobook. It has gotten me better at pinpointing some lazy something. What are you? You like picking fair targets? What are you listening to? The new Amy Poehler audiobook.
Okay.
Okay, God, that was a little bit weird. But yes, I'd say it's basically just a hoodie once it's on, except that you have a leather patch right here. I'm gonna hit play again. I'm gonna turn it way up. I haven't.
So you have volume.
Yeah.
You have play, stop, and volume.
Jeez, whoa! What did you play? Oh my gosh. Is it up?
No, it's not all the way up yet. You just hit next song.
Okay, this is really explicit. But I gotta say, that's pretty loud.
Okay.
Here, just
you
leave it.
You can't change tracks.
Oh my gosh. I can't change tracks, but your phone can.
Wait. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
Jeff, what are you listening to?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, control your headphones from within a beanie. You don't need separate headphones or anything. The other.
So that's got to be a little bit on the pricey side, right?
It's for me, I thought that it was a tiny bit on the pricey side. Currently, it's unavailable. So I'm not sure what the price was. I believe it was $40 was.
Oh, okay. That's a good deal.
Okay, we're gonna.
Anyway, it's a long sign, and we're gonna get taken down for content ID claims. But my first impression was that it was not well constructed. That the beanie quality doesn't feel all that great, and that the plastic pieces are shift all around. These buttons, are just kind of a little bit difficult to make sure that you're hitting correctly, and the LED is not really well positioned to tell what's going on. But it does have a felt lining. This isn't just the woven lining. It's really hard to tell because it's black screen, black. It's just a little bit hard to tell. But there is a fleece lining inside of the hoodie. And I can feel the speaker moving around in here. That was also kind of a giveaway. That it didn't seem like it's the best quality ever. But in actual use, I kind of ended up liking it a lot. And so I would say it's an okay buy. Apparently, based off of these calculations, based off of my Chrome extension, it was at one point $200.
What?
A few days ago, but normally it is $40. $40 online.
$40. Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So
no.
That is the E-Tinker wireless Bluetooth beanie hat with built-in wireless Bluetooth headphones for running and skiing there for you. So $40 for that little device.
Nice. No, it's something different. I like it.
Thank you. And with that, let's move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
What do you got?
And our video today, actually on Giz Wiz on Saturdays, we do Chat Room Celebrity of the Week. And 1 week, Chad, you were a Chat Room Celebrity.
I was.
And recently we had Vince on the show, on the Giz Wiz show, who was Regatta in the chat room. And behind him, he had a lot of weird gadgets on his shelf. And I asked if he could make a video of what a couple of them are. And he did. Now, he went a little crazy with titles and music. So I'm just saying that ahead of time because you don't have to do that when you send us a video. But this is pretty neat. So let's look at Regatta's warehouse video.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Regatta Films presents.
Wow, the Giz Wiz and Twit TV present. The Giz Wiz viewer video, my favorite.
Hi, Dickie D.
Wow,
Hi,
epic.
Chad.
Hello.
Hi, chat room. My name is Vince from Sterling Heights, Michigan, and I would like to show you a couple of my gadgets. They all have a similar theme, as I've always been interested in electronics, either putting them together or taking them apart. Now, my first gadget. My first gadget is the Remco RadioCraft Easy to Assemble.
That has got
it's
to
a crystal
be
radio, circa early 1960s, and it has all the parts necessary in order to build your very own radio. It has the earphone, the main unit, no batteries are required. It has the little crystal diode, and then you can also plug in the antenna and grounding cable in order to pick up popular and very strong AM radio stations.
Wow.
Growing up, one of my favorite TV science fiction shows was Lost in Space, and everybody's favorite was the robot B9. Everybody wanted to have one of these as your friend, and I happen to have one here in a box that has a remote control unit that I've never opened. I have another one that is a more advanced version, doesn't have a remote control, but does a lot of other features. But because I wanted to play with it, I got one that I could also play with.
Wow, this man's a collector.
First thing is...
Danger, Will Robinson.
Oh, wow, that's
or...
good.
My sensors indicate an intruder is present.
Additionally, you can press a button on the back and deploy the arms and the laser pistol.
Oh, my word.
It also has a sensor on here that if someone comes close by, it will let you know.
Danger, Will Robinson.
One of my favorite gadgets is the robot B9 from Lost in Space.
Official
Man, these titles are
selection.
so good.
Aren't they great? Winner, Chat Room Choice Award. Thank you, Vince. Oh my God! Even
look
more
at all this.
credits. Oh my word!
Man, that was epic.
That was epic. And we're looking for more videos. Again, we don't need all the credits and the music. I mean, that was great fun. But as long as the gadget's in it and we can hear your voice, that's pretty much what we need. So make a video like Vince did. About 2.5 minutes was his. Anywhere 2 to 3 minutes. 3 minutes is pretty much the max. And it can be my favorite gadget. My gadget warehouse, those are our favorites, like that old-time radio with that great big yellow antenna on the top that does absolutely nothing.
Yes, that was just
when he
there
turned
for
it
looks.
around, you could see it was just a dummy. And then Vince said, and if you want to use an antenna, you have to plug one in.
You have to make one yourself. No.
Make one yourself with a wire hanger. My favorite gadget, gadget warehouse. I invented this or I bought a piece of crap. Any of those categories, pretty much anything you have in your house that is fun, pretty much we probably want to see it. So just make a little video, put it on YouTube, and send the links to Giz Wiz at twit.tv. And then when Jeff is not listening to his new Beanie earphone cap, or not playing with the Baggler and not stealing supplies from the office, he will look at the videos, as will Chad and I.
Yeah. Or making sure that there's embarrassing theme music for it now.
Yes, for when you're on the air. Exactly. So send us your viewer videos. We are low on videos for the future. That's it.
Perfect. You know, I was trying to just think of, is there a gadget that I have that I should do a gadget warehouse on? I'm sure there is.
I bet you do.
I did the balloon pump one
Yes,
episode.
yes.
Well,
if you find another, you can just, send me an email that you will do it live in the studio.
Yeah, that would be fun. The problem is, so when I do the show, it takes me 15 minutes to drive home, and then I completely forget. I don't remember. But
tell Jeff to remind you, because he's very good at that.
Pulls out Siri and just says.
Oh, and then if we show you a video, you get a copy of Mad Magazine. Vince, I think you have the current issue. So send me an email in about 2.5 weeks, and we will have the February. Let's see. I guess we'll have the February issue by then.
Wow.
And you'll get the February issue and an Alfred E. Newman picture from about 35 years ago. So you get that if we show your video on the show.
Yeah, and very cool video, Vince. Thanks for sending that in. Let's move on to the letter.
Whoa! Where's my beanie cap?
Where'd it go? Woo! Where'd those brain cells go, man?
Our letter of the week is from Douglas Ferguson, and the subject is CERN plays What the Heck Is It? Now, I don't know what CERN is. Do you know what CERN is? C-E-R-N?
CERN is they're the laboratory that's in Europe, and they're basically famous for having a very big helping hand in inventing the internet, and
wow.
B, having the humongous hadron colliders. How do you say that? Hadron colliders. Clorox colliders.
The kaleidoscope.
Right, the kaleidoscopes. They have kaleidoscopes at CERN that are help identifying the Higgs boson and things like that.
Okay. All right. Well, now that's good, because that's good background. I thought you might get a kick out of this. Apparently, the people at CERN found some old stuff, and they don't know what it is. So they are playing their own version of What the Heck Is It? And Josh, can you go to the link that...
What is this?
These are things that are not identified. This looks like the inside of an old VHS tape recorder.
Wow.
Something with a pulley. And Josh, there's a thing where you can hit it and it'll show you all 10 of them, I think. That looks like part of a boxcar.
That was a set piece from a movie. It just got in there accidentally.
Oh,
Oops.
maybe. Okay, maybe.
Wow.
I think this is the centerpiece for Christmas.
Yes. That was, before menorahs had 12 candles. Or not
right,
menorahs.
Okay.
What?
This is menorah. This is menorah light.
Crap. Yeah.
I think I actually know what that is.
The earliest CPU fan.
Yeah, it's the rotor, right?
Sure.
Oh, it's the picture of the Giz Wiz. This was Dennis's first attempt at my logo.
Yeah.
And I said, Dennis, I like it, but there's no mustache.
If you go back, it was the first attempt at an emoticon, at an emoji.
Oh yes,
yes. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. Okay. Wow.
Anyway, the link is on my website. So if you want to go there and play your own What the Heck Is It with the photos that CERN is trying to figure out what they own.
That is
You can go there.
hilarious.
It's a ride. And that was Doug, Stanhope, New Jersey.
And do they only have the photos, or do they? Because these are really cryptic photos.
They are cryptic photos.
Like, is that all they have, or can you not show me the full device?
You know what? That's all they have, and they don't have the answers. So I guess they truly don't know. I mean, you know, only once, I guess the What the Heck Is It's been going on for 7 years, and only once did I not know what the gadget was.
12 of the incorrect answers get their own Higgs boson particle.
Right. Right, but there are 24 for really funny or hilarious answers.
That's right. Depending on how cute the folks at CERN think your answer is.
Gosh, that is really, really funny. Thank you so much for sending that in.
Doug, that was excellent.
Great. So if you want to play, you know, the original What the Heck Is It?
Yeah.
And the starter What the Heck Is It? Head on over to gizwiz.biz. If you scroll right on down, there's a banner right there. Click that, and it'll take you to this page, and you get to guess, what the heck is this? Have you already gotten correct answers in?
You know, I only looked at about 4 answers, and one person does have it.
Oh gosh. Okay. I really don't know this one. Other than the obvious answer. By the way, this is the whole gadget.
This is the whole gadget.
Not showing
if you bought it, this is what you would get.
Right. This isn't like the cartridge for the gadget.
You know, people keep sending me things and saying, this is a great, what the heck is it? What do you think this is? And I write back and go, you know, I don't know. And I go, it's the bottom of my vise in my workshop. And I go, well, what are the chances of anybody guessing what that is?
You wouldn't believe, you took a photo of the bottom of my toilet bowl. It was crazy.
Yes, exactly.
That is so funny. So no, this is a product you would buy. Man, this obviously has some sort of function. Like, the way that you know, I can tell something would slide in or not, and then I don't know, man. You know, it's actually pretty obvious. Now I realize this is a home remedy for when you break your fingers, all 4 of them. You just put your fingers in there.
Wow.
Home
you know,
cast.
I never knew you had a medical background.
I have actually a medical background. This is the truth. You can submit your answers. There are 12 Mad Magazines for correct answers, but 24 for issues that Mad Magazines you get for winning this they don't even exist yet. 24.
Exactly. We're still working on the cover, actually.
That is awesome. So go submit your questions at gizwiz.biz. Also while you're there, you can check out the show notes. Dick does a great job of writing up descriptions for all of the gadgets we talk about. So if we say a gadget's name, or you have some, you want to learn more, you can easily use the search feature on his website to find the gadgets from way back in the day. So please do that. If you want to, you can also catch us live. We're recording this one at a different time because of all of the holiday craziness. But normally we're live at around 4:30 Pacific time on Thursdays, which is around 7:30 Eastern time on Thursdays as well. And if you don't catch us live, don't worry. We have lots and lots of archived episodes at twit.tv/GW for Giz Wiz. And there's also links there to subscribe to the show in all sorts of different podcatchers. Whatever you want to subscribe to, whatever thing you use, it's there. You know, we also have a really good, helpful page for apps. If you go to twit.tv/apps, it shows you how you can get all of our programming, either from apps on iOS or Android, even stuff like television.
Oh, interesting. How to watch. Okay.
How to watch. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it?
I've never seen one of these shows. I'm glad you told me about that.
Yeah, and so you laptop or desktop, television, Android, iOS, Windows Phone, and even Air Canada. Or for visiting the Brick House Studios.
So if you miss it live, just book a flight.
Just book a flight
on Air Canada.
Just book a flight. I love how the Twit Brick House is an option where you can visit the studios in Petaluma, California, and watch in person. So everything is there at twit.tv/apps. Don't forget also to submit your best ofs for the show, twit.tv/best of. Very easy to remember. If you have any idea of anything that you enjoyed, gadget name, it could be episode title, could be about the season, theme.
You know, it's changed slightly. Who wrote in that best producer? And there's a blank for that.
Oh, that's weird. And
it's filled in.
It fills in. Jeff.
It's filled in already.
Huh. Interesting.
Strange.
Huh. I guess if you just hit submit, you know, the tyranny of the default, you know, it'll default to Jeff. But I guess he's gonna appreciate that. So we have. I feel like we have homework for everyone. Go home and subscribe. Also submit the best of thing, and then make sure.
Play the game.
Oh, we have a T-shirt. Oh. We have a T-shirt and Teespring.
All right. Then go to. Wait, we didn't plug your.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here we'll do this. This is apparently we have a Twit Fall 2014 embroidered shirt. It's not a T-shirt.
Okay.
Very fancy looking. This is at teespring.com/twit. We have 2 shirts available. There's apparently the blue and something else, but we don't need to look at it.
No, you mean not 2 shirts, 2 options for shirts.
2 options for the shirts, and then also click into that drop down, additional styles. Choose one of the other ones. Probably the pure. That's the ladies' version. Ooh, look at that one. There's the polo and the ladies' polo. We have all sorts of shirts. So if you want to be classy, shop Twit, basically, is what we're saying. And then the final thing, oh my gosh, this is like the last 15 minutes of the episode. If you want to support me, you can go to patreon.com/OMGchad. Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Giz Wiz. We will see you next week.
I'll be here.